Hi there, English 079 students. This is your professor, Michael Bloomingberg. Hope you're having a good day and a good week. I wanted to put together a little week 3 walkthrough video. I know some of you have been requesting a little bit more direct lead-in visualization of the content. So my hope is that this video will help accommodate you and enhance your understanding of the expectations for week 3, which is Introduction to Reading and the Writing Process. So as you can see, I'm in our learning environment here in Blackboard, and I am going to scroll down to enter week 3. So I'm going to click on that. And the very first thing that I'm always going to recommend that you do is to check out the interactive lecture as well as the follow-up document, which is Introduction to the Reading and Writing Process. So I'll take just a quick moment to download the interactive lesson. You'll see that the lesson really does shape into 4 parts that cover what the reading process is and how to apply it to your note taking, as well as an overview to the writing process and how to write an introduction paragraph. Double check yourself with the knowledge check at the end of each lesson. To help you out in that regard, I would recommend that you take some notes as you go along. I think you'll find that helpful to retaining the information that you're learning. You could also take screenshots as well. If a key idea stands out in the lesson, it's always a good idea to note that and be able to return to it as necessary. Now, as far as the document goes, I'm going to click on that. And I'll enhance this a bit so you can see it as well. It gives an overview of each one of those lessons, and in particular gets into the SQ3R method, survey, query, read, recall, and review. Make sure you look very carefully at that. That you understand what those parts are about in terms of how you can use these strategies to become a more effective reader. So look very carefully at those, and I always recommend you start there before you even dive into the lesson. Also, let me scroll back up. Oh, so look at those carefully, but I am actually going to go ahead and look at the assignments as well. So for the discussion assignment for this week, I want to go over the instructions and again, just emphasize a couple things that I think are very important, not only for this week's discussion, but just for all the discussion assignments moving forward. You'll notice that the discussion topic begins by referencing the lecture, which again has to do with reading and writing as a process. The instructions say that both of these processes are designed to help you become stronger readers and writers. So choose one step from each process, that again being reading and writing, that you would like to improve upon this session. And in your initial posting, address the following. Explain in complete sentences for at least 2 of each step why you would like to work on both of these steps. And as a refresher, here are the steps for both processes. And that's again SQ3R for reading, which we talked about just a couple moments ago. And for writing, it's going to be the steps that lead into a successful essay, pre-writing, drafting, revising. So let's stop there for just a second because your initial posting is due by the end of Wednesday night. So there have been some concerns with this in the first couple of weeks, not with everybody. Some of you are doing very well with this, but please note it is extremely important moving forward that you post your initial response by Wednesday night. That is a part of your rubric, as I'm sure you know, making sure you meet your deadlines. Secondly, you need to be engaged in the discussion at least 3 separate days with the required responses to your classmates, and that's going to be 3 minimum peer responses. And the instructions say that in your peer responses, find classmates who want to work on the same steps that you want to work on and share one tip or method you might try yourself when you are working to improve on that step. Um, if you want to review the rubric, you can click on that over here and it will open up for you to show you how you're evaluated in each part. Days in discussion is a part of the rubric. Your responses are part of the rubric. In addition, make sure your responses are well developed. A response, whether it be your initial response or a peer response that's only a couple of sentences long, will not fully meet the requirements of the assignment. So I'm going to urge everyone to make sure you review the rubric and that you understand these expectations as we move forward in our class, not just this week with week 3, but moving forward through the remainder of the term. And so I've enjoyed what I've read so far. You've done pretty well, but I just again want to emphasize that. Now, next, we're going to take a look at the note-taking and comprehension assessment. And if you'll bear with me, let me see if I can go back here. Okay, 1 second. You can click on that. And 1 second. I'm not finding what I'm looking for here, so bear with me just one moment. There we go. So let me show you what I did. When you click on the note-taking and comprehension assessment, make sure you click View Instructions. That's what I was looking for, and for whatever reason, I was missing that initially. Now I'm going to click to open this up, but I am going to have to stop my share, and then I'll reshare this as a fresh download here. So 1 second. One moment. Have this open here. Well, or so I thought. Okay, now I'm opening it. Sorry, you can see this is a live video. So sometimes we do hit these little glitches. So let me share this back up on the screen now. So I just downloaded the instructions, and now we could take a look at this together. And I'll zoom this in. Just one moment. There we go. All right, so again, this is due this upcoming Saturday night at the end of week 3. And the directions say for this exercise, you will practice taking notes on 2 types of media presentations, test and video. So you are asked to watch the video linked below, which is a 6-minute presentation by Angela Duckworth, which defines the term and gives examples of grit. Now, to open this up in the Word document, you just need to hover your cursor over the link, click the Enter key and Control at the same time, and it'll open up the video. So make sure you do that. And then down below, you've also been given an article that is called The Good Men Project. And same thing, you're going to click Control and your click key to open that up. And after reading the article, take notes on the main ways that, and the video as well, you're to do this for each, 3 major points from each, and take thorough and accurate notes. And then what you are asked to do is compare your notes from the video and article and answer the following questions for number 3. And which is, did you find it easier to take notes on the video or the article? Were you able to take notes on at least three main points for both the video and article? Which of the note-taking strategies did you use to complete the notes? And which of these note-taking strategies do you think you will use in your future courses? And you could put all three of these parts to the assignment in your same Microsoft Word document. And then bear with me, I'm going to put this back up here in terms of our learning environment so you can see where to go to submit. So I'm back in Blackboard here. And what you'll do is you'll just use the upload file or upload from the cloud if you're using like Microsoft OneDrive to save your work and attach it and then hit submit. You should not actually submit by in the most part in the submission box as a direct copy paste because that makes it very difficult for me to review your work. So I wanted to go over that. And I think the most important thing is understanding how to access the links. Pay close attention to that. And then the final assignment, which is due this upcoming Saturday, is the check-in. So again, click to view the instructions. It says, as we approach the midpoint of our class, now's a good time to share some feedback. In your own words, reflect on your progress thus far, and then answer the following. Summarize how you are feeling about your progress in our class, and state what your expectations are going forward. And again, put those into a Microsoft Word document, and then you'll submit that in the same way by uploading your file. All right. I think that's really it. I just wanted to give a little bit more clarity since there are a few more things involved in this week's assignments plural. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have questions, the best way to contact me is through the messaging area in Blackboard, but you can also use the Ask Your Instructor forum as well, and I will be happy to respond to your question that way too. All right, so that's going to wrap us up. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I'm here if you have questions, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Oh, let me know too if you found this video helpful. Take care, everybody.